Okay, let's jump right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a highly viral and honestly absolutely shocking incident out of Uttar Pradesh. We are going to look at the facts behind this footage that has left parents and authorities completely stunned, and we're going to do it without the sensationalism. Because picture this, a classroom, a place that's meant for pens, books, and learning, suddenly introduced to a knife and a massive cleaver.
I won't hit, I will cut. Now, you might be thinking this chilling statement came from some local criminal or a movie villain, right? No. This direct quote came from a primary school teacher standing right inside her very own classroom. Instead of, calmly educating her students, she resorted to these violent threats. It's a deeply disturbing contrast to what anyone would ever expect in a school.
Section 1. A terrifying morning at school.
So, let's set the scene. It's supposed to be just a normal Friday morning at the Lukia Dorma Primary School, over in the Kheda block of UP's Kaushambi district. The crucial detail you need to keep in mind here is the number 57. That represents the 57 innocent students enrolled in this school, all the way up to Class 5. Just imagine how incredibly vulnerable these young kids were, suddenly finding their safe haven completely turned into a place of absolute terror.
And things escalated incredibly fast. On Friday, July 17th, the school's headmistress, Shika Singh, arrives for the morning session, but in her hands, a knife and a cleaver. Panic sets in immediately. The terrified children literally fled the school premises just to get away. As this whole mass panic is unfolding, it triggers a massive and rapid response from both the local administration and the police.
Section 2. The truth of the viral video.
To really grasp how severe this was, we have to look closely at the raw footage from that viral video. And the transcript is just deeply unsettling. She's caught repeatedly threatening to use these weapons against anyone who bothered or abused her. And she didn't stop there. She boldly states that she would bring these weapons to school every single day, declaring she wouldn't spare anyone and that it wouldn't even matter whose police came to stop her.
Now, here's a detail that makes the whole situation even more alarming. You might naturally assume, okay, maybe this is a disgruntled new hire who just snapped. Nope. The reports show she's been posted at this exact same school for 13 years. She is actually the headmistress, the in charge of the Lukia Primary School, working right alongside one assistant teacher and two shikshamitras. 13 years of history at one institution, suddenly erupting into this heavily armed confrontation.
Section 3. Reason for bringing weapons.
So, what on earth could possibly drive a veteran educator to do something like this? We really need to objectively look at the conflicting motives from the people directly involved. We've got two very different stories here. On one hand, the teacher herself claims she's carrying the weapons purely for self-defense, alleging that someone is abusing or harassing her. But when authorities reached out to her own husband, he gave a completely different explanation, stating that her mental condition is unstable.
Adding another layer of danger to all this, witness reports confirmed this wasn't just contained to the classroom. An alert guardian actually called the authorities to report that the teacher was allegedly displaying these weapons and threatening people on her commute to the school, too. In fact, the video transcript even brings up allegations of her hitting someone with a stick on the road just the day before.
Section 4. Admin and police action.
Fortunately, the local administration did not drag their feet here. Their response was immediate. The assistant block education officer, Niraj Umrao, rushed directly to the site. He systematically took statements from the other teachers, got on the phone with the teacher's husband to get the family's perspective, coordinated with the police to get those weapons confiscated, and formally demanded disciplinary action. Most importantly, that immediate physical threat, it was neutralized. The local police department stepped right in, successfully confiscated that heavy cleaver, and immediately began questioning Shikari Singh to figure out exactly what was behind these threats.
Section 5. The biggest question. As we wrap up this explainer, we really have to look at the broader implications here. Authorities are now facing a massive investigative hurdle. They need to figure out if there is a legitimate source of fear driving her actions. Like, is someone actually threatening this teacher outside of school? Or, just as her husband suggested, is this entirely a tragic, severe mental health crisis that ultimately put dozens of young kids in extreme danger?
But look, regardless of the underlying cause, the immediate and undeniable priority highlighted by every single report is crystal clear. She absolutely must be removed from the educational environment. Until a comprehensive, transparent investigation is totally completed, maintaining a strict distance between her and the students is literally the only way to guarantee their safety.
So I'm going to leave you with this critical question to reflect on.
When a veteran educator of 13 years brings a knife and a cleaver into a room full of 57 young kids, we really have to ask ourselves, who is ultimately responsible for ensuring both the physical safety of our students and the mental health oversight of the staff we entrust them to? It's a huge, systemic question, and it's one that absolutely demands an answer. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep asking the tough questions.